Something I forgot to say on the last video is when I was walking to Walmart, I walked through this parking lot and there are these guys standing in the parking lot, like at the other side of it. And they're just, I don't know how many of them are over there. There's like 3 or 4 dudes standing over there or something. And they're all just laughing, synced up. And then they just like laugh harder, synced up, and they're just like, and just laughing. And like, they did it when I walked to Walmart, and then when I walked through that parking lot on the way back from Walmart, they were doing it again when I walked through the parking lot again. So I just forgot to say that in the last video. And then like I was walking by this one fence. It's like a fence, like a chain link fence. And when I get to the end of the fence, like there's this dog barking synced, and when I get to the end of the fence, the dog stops barking right at that moment. There's this car taking off way in the background right now, and a bunch of other synced up cars outside. I keep seeing birds flying by synced up out my window. I haven't been sitting here looking out my window, but like I've been sitting over there, and like I'll see birds synced up out my window, just flying by my window a bunch of times over and over today. And then I walked by that fence and the dog stopped barking at the end of it. And then when I walked back the other way, when I was coming back from Walmart, I walked by that fence again, and when I get to the end of the fence, the wind picks up at that moment. The wind was sinking a bunch of times, as usual. And then, like I said, they can see through my eyes because I'll be like writing something or I'll be drawing something, and they'll like sync up with it. Or there's a hidden camera in my room or something, or both. But I think they can see through your eyes, and they can hear what you hear, and they can read your thoughts and all types of shit. And then I'm always accidentally synchronizing, like I said. Like I'm always putting my phone in my pocket at the intersection, and I'm always like pushing my glasses up at the intersection. Things like that. Unintentionally. And I'll just be doing it, and then I'll be like, wait a minute, I'm doing that right at the intersection. What the fuck? I'm like, god damn it. I'm a fucking robot. I'm a sync bot. I'm sync-tarded. Fuck. Is that how it starts or something? Am I gonna be out here with a red shirt? Fuck that. I got my red pants on today. Am I sync-tarded? Not intentionally. But I think these people do it intentionally though. But I'll just be doing sync-tarded shit, like pulling my phone out of my pocket at the intersection, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like I'll just be scrolling through Twitter or whatever, and then I'll close it and put my phone in my pocket, and then I look up and I'm at an intersection, or I'm getting across the street right at that moment, and I'm like, and then there's a car driving by me at the same time or something, maybe. And it just happens like a bunch of times. Like, it's like, and I'm not meaning to do it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's weird shit. I don't see any sync tards for like 30 seconds. Where'd they all go? They were constantly driving by the rest of the time. Now I don't see them. How long I've been on here? 5 minutes. I see a white truck. He synced with another car. And then there's another car in the background with headlights pointed at me that pulled up, synced with the other cars, and parked. And it's Whitey. And he turned his lights off, synced. And then there's a truck coming in the parking lot. And then the Whitey turned his lights back on again. Is he gonna drive off again? And then, like, every time I see a bug, it's a sync bug. Oh, I think there was a sync spider in here earlier. Actual facts. I saw a few synced up spiders last year too. Or they look synced up. I think they're sync spiders. Like they'll just come down on. Definitely the one at work one day seemed like a sync spider. It was like in the work truck and it was coming down right in front of my face. They'll just like come down on the web, synced up. It was like, I swear. I see these birds flying up, synced up with the Whitey driving into a parking lot. Flying over the Whitey. But yeah, like any bug that I see ever, at least most of them are sync bugs. Like a bug will just fly in my face as a car drives by me, or whatever. Or when I walk up to an intersection or a crosswalk or whatever. A butterfly will come fly out in front of me, or a wasp, or a bee, or a fly, or a whatever bug, or a weird looking alien bug that's maybe some CIA genetic DARPA bug, experiment bug, Frankenbug. Did you hear the engine sound? He's a stalker. Hasn't been a lot of noise harassment today, like I said, but there's some engine sounds occasionally, and then they're making these slamming sounds earlier. But it hasn't been a whole lot of shit going on other than that. And then it was like quiet all morning, and then like I walked over here and I walked through this doorway. And right when I walked through that doorway, I heard a sound outside, some banging sound outside. It was like, but other than that, it was like completely quiet this morning for the most part. And my neighbor was talking on the phone, synced earlier, and people walk by in the hallway occasionally. But other than that, it's been a pretty chill day. So I just want to say a few things. I'm out.